See, what I want to do is have a discussion about the local hip-hop scene. Just talk honestly about what's going on here in Columbus, Ohio. From the perspective of the hip-hop artists, the producers, the club owners, the promoters, the DJs, and the hip-hop fans. And hopefully, if we can all get on the same page about what's really going on here, we can start to work together to, you know, take this place where we want it to be. So if you're ready, I'd like to start off with, what do you like about hip-hop?
Just the way it make you feel for real.
Some of the messages that hip-hop can bring.
It was something about the metaphors and like how they just was so real. They just painted this picture that was so real that I fell in love with.
I like that it's a way you can express yourself. Whether it be positive, whether it be negative, or just getting some of your emotions out.
The creativity and the art and the people who are involved in it. And when I say involved, I mean, you know, people who are passionate and live or die hip-hop, essentially.
You can do anything in hip-hop. I love everything about hip-hop. The diversity, even the horrible things in hip-hop, like some of the wackest stuff. It's like, wow, we listen to that, or we dance like that, or oh goodness, we wore that. So I love everything about hip-hop. The essence, you can be whoever you want to be.
Man, hip-hop is something that just reaches all boundaries. I mean, from its inception, man, it was something that came up that was, you know, the streets gravitated to it, from the block parties, you know what I mean? And there's so many different, you know, parts of the whole hip-hop culture, from the break dancing to the graffiti to the DJs to the rapping. I mean, each one of those elements brings so much excitement. Even the knowledge, the part of the knowledge even brings excitement. You know what I'm saying? So you put all them elements together, form a culture from it. It's worldwide. You know, the kids gravitate to it. Kids grow up and become adults. They still live it and have it in their soul. So, you know, it's a worldwide situation. But, you know, hip hop is something that can change the world as well. You know, it moves the crowd. You know.
I mean, I love that it's a mix of a bunch of different types of musical genres I like. It takes some historical elements and turns it into something new. I mean, I know that, you know, with sampling and things like that, you know, it's become very litigious in the last 5-10 years, but I mean, from the birth of hip hop, the culture surrounding it, and it's a sound that's just unlike any other type of music. But if you like music, you should like hip hop.
All right, now, taking into account the things that you like about hip hop, what's your opinion of the local hip hop, you know, the local artists and the hip hop scene here in Columbus?
Man, that's a good question. The local scene here in Columbus is, to my opinion, is dead. There's no real emerging artists. There's a lot of artists out here claiming they represent in Columbus and they doing it real big, but there's no one deciding force in the game here in Columbus that's really prepared to take Columbus and put us on the map.
Yeah. But for real, we got some cats here.
We got some talent here.
Older and younger, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got some, you know, I'm proud of a lot of cats here, real talk.
More cats need to understand what local hip hop is, man, and how much love goes into it, how much heart goes into it, and if more people supported what we was doing individually, then so many other places would be able to thrive, man. Columbus is filled with so much shit that's going on, so many different artists, but everybody's spread out, man. We all need to come together when it comes to hip hop and coming back to real hip hop, man.
There's not too many of that, though. There's not too many of those kind of artists in the city. There's a lot of artists that are cookie cutter, that are following a mainstream formula, trying to, I guess, receive the perks that they see other rappers doing on TV, movies, the music that's out right now that's being circulated. I don't think there's a true appreciation for underground, urban underground hip-hop. I don't think that's celebrated enough.
A lot of talent here. Columbus has so much talent. But the biggest problem is networking together. And once you record it, what do you do with it? And we have so many people that are legends in their own mind and trying to be the hottest person in Columbus. That I do know there's a lot of mentality out there, but that doesn't mean anything to the world. Don't nobody care about Columbus. They don't talk about Columbus. They don't even talk about Ohio anymore.
Hip hop here in Columbus is kind of like a lot of cities. A lot of people are lost.
people don't have their own identity. They imitate other artists. They don't want to be original. There's a lot of good artists, a few dope artists in Columbus, you know. A lot of good ones, a few dope ones. There's a lot of trash too. So there's always more trash than there is, you know, than dopeness.
Well, I'm from a lot of different places. I'm not originally from here in Columbus. So my opinion on local hip hop in Columbus is actually my opinion on local hip hop anywhere. Because everywhere I go, I hear the same story. Actually, I hear two stories. I hear one story about how the highway came and cut the black community away from downtown in the 1950s. Everywhere I go. And I also hear about how nobody in this city is ever gonna do nothing and everybody's whack and everybody's holding each other down everywhere I go. So it's not something unique to Columbus, racism, or terrible MCs.
It's just like anywhere else, man. Columbus is just like any other city and has the same pros and cons as every other city. The only difference here is Columbus is not on the A-list, so it flies a little under the radar. And that's because you don't have a lot of A-list artists that have came from here. So the spotlight isn't generally on Columbus.
Alright. Hey, I bring it back like the Griffies, 20s looking like Crispies, Kush pack, no 50, no L's, but I whip him like I'm fucking with a chicken close quarters, how I hit him clean cut, how I did him watching me like television, watch me with supervision, get permission, now I slang in subdivisions, hit my mark with all precision, all intentions, no decisions, that's our policy prevention, chrome nose, come extended, start some shit and we end it, what, and I'm shining. We send it, and I'm grinding. We blended, C.E. zelling off at 20. Got him jumping with no bungee in the game like Tony Dungy. Got my set looking honey in my ears, looking sunny with a charm like a trophy. You would think that I want him. Work softer than a bunny, serving out because we got plenty side door. We keep him coming. I know you see him stunting one flush. You see him coming because I'm tripling off an onion. Uh-huh.
What do you think about the relationship between like the hip-hop fans and hip-hop artists here?
You know, if you're in the certain scenes, like if you're in the Short North scene or you're in the more underground or old school scenes or you're part of, you know, the club scene, you might know some of these artists. But I think Columbus as a whole doesn't know a whole lot about a lot of these artists, even if you like hip-hop music, for example. Like, it's just because no one's really totally lifted off.
Oh, I think, personally, I think, well, all I can speak of is where I'm at, and for me, from working for a radio station and offering opportunities for artists to get exposure, actually opportunities I have took advantage of myself before I actually came aboard, and I just feel like a lot of artists don't have a fan base. They cannot connect to a fan base other than the average person going to the bar, already going to that bar.
Other than other rappers.
Yeah, they can't. In Columbus, Ohio, it's like, it's so much of a trend, or they follow each other, stick around each other, water each other's idea. I don't know how it works, but they just can't seem to have a real fan base that counts. Like, you know, everybody drop a mixtape. They don't like go do dumbass numbers and nothing like that.
Most artists don't have no fans. You know what I'm saying? They say they do, but they don't. It's usually just they friends, their family members. And even, you know, you see a lot of likes on Facebook and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I think a lot of people that's in their camp and then their team, family, be flat out lying. Just hit the like button because they know them. Because when the shows actually go down and the artists, you know, come up, ain't nobody there to see them.
The fan situation is most times friends and families. You know, most time when you go out and perform, I used to perform all the time. And I seen people's friends, families, and, you know, my friends and family, but I didn't really see too much of fans. And I saw other artists, you know, and you have, you know, you got somebody that's having a show, sponsoring a show, and they got 16 artists on a roster. So, of course, there are 16 artists on the roster. That's a lot of artists to be on the roster for, like, 4 hours or less than that. And, you know, they have their friends and families. They there. You know, that's half of the room. But fans, you don't have too many fans I'm talking about fans that not friends and families, you know, because, you know, a lot of our people support us, regardless if our music is horrible, you know, they still support. You know, I don't think we don't have too much of a fan base here. I think because there's so much of, if you're a mainstream artist, you know, if you're a mainstream artist, Drake or Nicki Minaj or whatever, they will come out, they will take off of work to come to see them perform. But far as underground artists, please, you're right. They got other things to do. They're not about to lose their money on watching you, you know. So I think the fan and artist, you know, situation here is more of an artist and artist, you know, because when I used to perform, all I seen was all the artists every time I performed. Like, so if I performed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I most likely saw the same people I saw that performed, you know, and that's like the biggest problem, you know.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of these people get family and fans mixed up. You know what I mean? I think that because a couple of your mama and your cousin and a couple of your friends from the hood told you hot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny. Like I think the word fan out here is a dying name. Because
you know, we was talking about this earlier. You can go to 100 random people in this city and ask them, do they know a popular local artist? They wouldn't know that artist or could name a song, you know.
Stick out locally, God, man. Not really right now. I can't even think of any to stand out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard enough. You know what I'm saying, to really have an opinion.
No, not at all.
No, I have no clue.
No, I haven't heard a lot of local. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Haven't heard a lot. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But you can't ask me that.
I can respect a few local rappers, but I'm not a fan. I can't say I would actually go and buy an album of any local rappers that I've heard.
Right.
In terms of locally, I really don't know too many people around here, to be honest with you. I don't know how to get in. I don't know how to get in touch with it to really hear a lot of the local stuff. I don't know where to go. I don't know if you can check like websites or. You know, I don't have a lot of information available to me in terms of that. And, you know, normally when it comes to music, you just kind of listen to whatever's on the radio or whatever people are talking about. And people don't talk about local music all that much, to be honest.
I think the fans here personally, for the most part, a lot of them, you know, they don't understand because hip-hop hasn't been able to be so mainstream. Like, underground hip-hop hasn't been able to be so roundly accepted as it is in other cities. Like Atlanta, you know, you go to Atlanta, you know you're going to hear hip hop just about anywhere you go. You come to Columbus, it's like restricted. Like you got this club only doing hip hop and this club only doing hip hop, but then you go to 10 other clubs that won't do hip hop, or they'll play industry hip hop but not anybody local. So therefore, for us to build a local base is harder because people, all they ever hear is the Lil Waynes, Jay-Z's, and all that's cool or whatnot, but if that's all they're hearing, then that's all they're going to be fans of, unless they come out into our world, you know, and come to these hip-hop nights and stuff like that. And that's, people are just closed-minded here just because they haven't been open to it, you know.
I think that we need to work on bringing fans into the local music scene, as far as like getting them aware of the radio stations, as far as getting them aware of the local magazines, as far as getting them aware and acquainted with the artists. And so that means like the artists have to do more than open mics and maybe, you know, participate in community events and, you know, work on getting your music to the DJ so that it can get played. So I think the fans will be there, and I think the fans are there, but I think that we need to do more to make them feel welcomed into our culture.
There's fans to be had out there, but
you gotta get them.
To gain the same fan you would in Columbus, it's gonna be the same way you gain one in Idaho, the same way you gain one in Guatemala, the same way you gain one in New Zealand, Africa.
So basically,
everything.
ain't nobody doing the work then.
Like that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
like
nobody doing
that comes as a byproduct of it. Once again, like when MySpace was popping heavy, we was doing the parties. We was putting, we was hitting capacity everywhere we went. Make a long story short, but you know, that just coincides with all of that. So, you know, it's there once again to be had. You know, people just got to see the progress in your movement and believe in your movement. To jump on board, just like you gonna make somebody work, you know, to gain that you know, introspective, like, hey, I would like to speak without anybody pushing anything, excuse me, my pocket in terms of you know, money, anything, but I'm gonna speak because I just like this person. I like what they talking about on this music, and you know, I'm willing to support that 100%. So to earn that individual's trust out there, that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? So,
for somebody who doesn't support Columbus hip hop, I understand. I'll say that. I understand. You know, that's about it, man. That's all I really can say is I understand. I wouldn't support. I wouldn't pay for a lot of this shit out here. I understand. You've been burnt. I understand. You know.
Just my thing is, I think if the radio was more involved, the people would support it more. Because Columbus only support national shit. They only support popular shit. You know. But if the radio just showed a little bit more love to local artists, then it'd be catchy. It'd be cool then.
I'm going to give you this as a story. Years ago, I mentioned earlier that I had a song, I had a group called Teen Dream. They were on Warner Brothers. They were local people, right? And there used to be a big club here called Papa Jack's. Right there. I don't know what it's called right now. It's on Spring Street. Probably got a different name. Spring Street around Grand or something like that. So I took the song in there. And at that time, I'm coming from playing from Rick James and Cocoa Pop and all that. So if I walked into a club back then, it don't happen now, but when I walked into a club back then, I got a little respect, right? Okay, so the thing is, they put the record on right then, right? The whole floor cleared. So the only ones dancing on the floor was me and Terry Whitlow, who was the lead singer. And we're sitting on this floor and we're dancing. And everybody's kind of watching. I'm kind of embarrassed, but it's my music. So I got to dance. I got to dance to the whole song. The next song comes, something popular, everybody gets on the floor. Okay, about 2 months later, the video of this song was playing on BET and VH1. Okay, I come back to Columbus. They put the song on. The floor is packed. You know, the floor is packed. Because this song been on BET, this song been on VH1, the video, and all of this stuff. So what happens is they saw that this is a Columbus group, a national group now that came out of Columbus with a video on all these shows, and everybody was there. So I would hope that Columbus hopefully it's changed. But I'm saying as I don't think it has from that standpoint.
Boy, you crazy if you ask me, hey, who that? Silly kid, man, that's Kayla K, I thought you knew that. See, I was raised where they ain't them things and they shoot at, but I refuse to do that. Grab the paper and pen, looked at the block and said, screw that. No disrespect to you, this how you living, gon' get that. But I done seen the biggest dreams fell from the ones who did that. A grade boy, 8x12 cell was where they live at, cause they thought it was fun to deal the dope and carry the guns. But what do you do when your legs burn out and the cops still able to run? Or in a trap house with your guns all out and the stacks all over the floor? Then SWAT kick down that door, boy, that's life I chose to ignore. Look, so, and watch the people you surround you with. Cause you can be swimming good, then they drown you with their pain, their sorrow, no better hope for tomorrow. But you fearing being lonely, so behind them you follow, you fake the smile in front of style, huh? Just to fit in. Them niggas you trying to impress and care less about what you doing. But you strive to be just like them, so you're not pursuing. I wanted it real bad, it ain't what it's cracked up to be, believe me. My heart was kinda broke, I couldn't believe that you would leave me. But now you're back a bad habit, so I'm the one who's leaving. As I sit and evaluate myself, I've come to a conclusion. Time is endless, like business, so if you're racing, you're losing.
Alright, what do you think about the support of local radio stations? How do you think that what do you think about their involvement in the local scene and, you know, how they support?
Now you're talking my language. Oh man. The support of local artists by our mainstream radio station sucks. I'm putting them on blast. 107.5. You should be ashamed of yourself the way you treat local talent here in this city. If you go and turn on the radio in any other major city, if it's just for one day, they have a structured format to support their locals. What we ain't got nothing. I mean, we may get our song on the radio, and matter of fact, just a couple weeks ago, I was driving. It was like 10:30 at night. I'm coming home from a spot, and you know, Power 105's bumping. I decided to turn it on, and I'm listening to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this one cat coming out, you know, the east side, he's doing this thing, blah blah blah." They played 30 seconds of his track, and then that was it. And then they went on to regular radio. I was sick and disgusted, and I'm not listening to 107.5 cents. The way mainstream radio treats the local talent, especially in our city, is shameful and disgusting.
Columbus radio sucks. It so sucks. If you do not conform to what it is they think hip-hop is and what should be played, you're not going to be played or heard. I don't know too many local artists that have been played on the radio station. I know some homies that have done like their intro into their nightly jam, which is supposed to be hip-hop, but it sucks. It sucks. You can tell City and all of them, I said it sucks. It sucks. Y'all know it sucks.
They don't support, they don't give any credence or any coverage to the music that's being done. Like, there is some good music in the city. There's some actual good music in the city, but it needs coverage. It needs to be paid attention to.
I've never heard a local rapper on the radio.
You think they should get played on the radio?
They should. That's how they do it, man. That's how they do it in New York.
Wow. We probably the only place that don't do it. Yeah. Everywhere I go, I hear local stuff. Not here. I mean, that's one of the biggest problems that we have. No support from the higher ups.
If we had that radio support, like Atlanta, New York, Miami, Detroit,
even Cleveland, Ohio,
Cleveland, Cincinnati, they get radio play. That's why they artists get a name across the country. We can't even get no love at home, and that's sad because we represent this city.
Nigga, we the capital, yeah. Shit.
We are the city. The city is us. We carry the city on our back.
Ain't that what it's Nigga, we the heart of the state.
Exactly. But without radio, real talk, it makes it 3 times harder for us to get out of here. To make Columbus a name.
Our traditional radio station, step y'all's game up. We got talent out here. We got good music out here. There's no reason why I can go 45 minutes down the road and I can hear local artists that I know down in Dayton on the radio, and their songs are, they play. It's not one night a week and at this time you only get to hear the song, like they actually play.
What it is I understand they don't have no control, but I don't like how they act like they're involved in a city when they not. I mean, you can't even go up there and say, here go my CD or nothing. They ain't even gonna take it. They ain't even gonna act like they gonna take it. At least they can act like they took it and they gonna play it or something and do whatever they gonna do with it. But nah, my hands tied. I don't want it.
There's support where it's due, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta put your work in, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with DJ City, Justin Love, Power 107.5 and all them. I've did a couple of intros for their shows and stuff like that, but I've never once been like, oh, they ain't playing my song. I've been on 106, I've been da-da-da-da-da-da. That's my head. Blowing up. Nah, man. If your song's hot enough, and right now, you know, like they got the Power, my Power Columbus and stuff. They are given opportunities. But just because you make a song does not mean that it is radio ready. You know what I mean?
Our station, unfortunately, is just not giving an outlet for these artists here. And the street heat is cool. Some people see that as some kind of, it's okay for what it is, but that's equivalent to me, you know, the Monopoly game going on at McDonald's and me peeling off a sticker on the side of a cup and I win. I may have won, but there still is no relationship between me and McDonald's, and there's no relationship between a radio station here and the artist, and that's what they need so desperately here. And why would you not want to take advantage of breaking somebody in your own city? That's the thing that's so crazy to me. It's like, you could be the person say, hey, look, we gave them a chance. We give artists here a chance to be seen and heard. We bring them down. We let these artists that's doing and meet all the criteria be the opening acts for the acts that they bring in town, and hook them up with other promoters and give them away. Bottom line, You know, anybody that's in the entertainment game that's already made it, somebody gave you a chance. So you need to give our artists here a chance too. Period.
I think if you start playing local artists, you know what I'm saying, good local artists on the radio, you know what I'm saying, that'll make people be like, now, who is this guy? Let me go buy his stuff, man. Because the radio, as far as local talent go, man, radio is the alpha and omega, man. If I get myself on the radio, man, people gonna hear me. That's at least somebody, one person gonna inquire, Google my name and look me up and maybe buy a song.
They have this thing where people do send in type of music they want to hear.
Yeah,
That's what they say. Send in what you
I
wanna
will
listen
say
to.
they got a new.
But don't nobody want to listen to Bootsy cut and chopped up and all that. It's just lifting down because you can't say the cuss words and stuff. They gonna play the MP3 or the CD. So the radio gotta cut it all the way up. So the song is not the same.
So why they
anyway.
gotta play the same thing over and over and
that's
over and
what
over and
people
over?
want.
Right, they keeping the job.
I mean,
that's what they
when you
gotta
think
play.
about it,
Most people ain't really prepared, and their music ain't right, and their format ain't ready, and they don't listen to the formula. If you don't follow the formula, you won't make it. Period.
With the radio support, a lot of people don't understand with the radio, it's a whole different ball game. You know, you want radio support. You know, with radio they have a certain amount of songs that they can play or put in that position. It depends on, you know, if it's internet radio or if it's Radio 1, Clear Channel, whatever it is. You know, you can't expect the radio to play your song when you only got 5 people come to each one of your concerts. If you don't have a following, if you haven't did the necessary steps to get on the radio, why should the radio play your song? You know, if I'm gonna play you, or I'm gonna play Jay-Z. I'm gonna play you, or I'm gonna play Rick Ross. I'm gonna play you, or I'm gonna play this person. And now everybody like, well, it's different in different cities. No, it's not. When you get to the corporate chain, the radio should be the last thing that you're thinking about. Get your city, get your community behind you, and the radio will come. You know what I mean? But people just want it right away. Like, oh, I got a hot song, and what, they ain't playing my stuff. They what? They ain't playing my stuff. But you ain't got your stuff encoded. You ain't got no BDS. You know what I'm saying? You ain't go to media base. You don't got none of your business right, but you want, you know, the radio or to come play your stuff, but you don't have anything together. You don't even have your name incorporated. You're not even in real business.
I mean, you gotta have your stuff in place. Make the radio station come to you. Be so hot that the radio station can't deny you, and they have to play you. You know what I mean? If you so hot that people are calling up left and right, and you're not being played, people will boycott the station. They'll make sure you get played. You know, people have to also put their foot down and put a demand for what they want. If it's a particular artist that's hot, you're gonna get played. If not, the power's with the people, and if the people speak up, you're gonna get played. It's just like voting. It's power to the people. It's the vote. It's you know, the majority rules. You know.
I mean, radio stations in Columbus don't play local artists. It's always been like that. You know, they used to have like Kiss or the Distant shows, but in general, Radio 1's just in Columbus has never played a local artist's music in rotation. And half of that is there any artist that's worthy of the rotation? You know, on their half, and then the other half, if they never done it, I wouldn't even worry about radio play. Like right now, we just concentrate on YouTube because I don't think anyone's gonna get on radio play. And if you do get on radio play, you know, people aren't really buying records and stuff anymore. They're just gonna download your stuff. And that might help to get you some shows, but to me, radio is not important, especially in Columbus.
But as far as radio, no, let's let people understand first and foremost that radio is a business. So, you know, you trying to get your music played on radio and you get mad because they're not playing your music, you know, that's more of a personal thing because radio is a business. You know, they're tied in with, you know, Sony and places like that where they literally have to play certain music. So you have to understand from that point it's a business. Now, as far as when you come over to the internet radio, we're a business too, but we have the capabilities to play and do whatever we want to. So, you know, some cities, they're the main radio stations, they do a lot for local talent. Just Columbus just happen to be an area where they don't.
What y'all think about the, or I guess talk about the situation with the internet radio and, you know, local artists?
What we bring to the table is really a stepping stone to give people exposure. We can give you spins, we can get you in front of people that may not have heard your music, we can get you exposure in different parts of the country and different parts of the world. On this radio station alone, there are people who submit content, such as for shows and stuff like that, from as far as Amsterdam. So the reach is huge, and that's what we bring to the table, and that's what we can offer to people, man. So
I think that artists should definitely take advantage of all of the online underground radio outlets. And there's so many in the city. You have TalkTainmentRadio.com. You have Fiyah Radio. You have WUGR Radio. You have WTMH Radio. All these are online radio stations that are dealing with underground talent that are gaining an amazing amount of support and popularity and listenership. So if you understand what should be important, that's where you should be. Those are the kinds of stations you should be trying to get on. Interviews and guest spots and your music spin. And I mean, if you're real froggy, get you a show.
I just think internet radio is dope, man. I think it's a good thing. It's a great marketing tool for local artists if the radio station has a fan base. Like if there's an internet radio station that doesn't have a fan base, then that internet radio station can't help an artist. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. But if that station can reach people, then that's what you need to get your music over there like ASAP, man. What do I have to do to get my music played? I need my music played because there are people listening to your station, so I want people to hear my music. But
I mean, I think the internet radio stations are cool as far as like the DJs and to get your stuff out there. But I'm real curious on like how many people actually listen to those stations. I would like to buy ads. I think a lot of people like to buy ads on these internet radio stations, but a lot of the stations, almost all of them that I've asked, can't tell you how many listeners they get every month. And you need to know how many listeners you get to justify how much you're going to pay. So on the radio station side, y'all need to step it up and tell people how many people is listening, then y'all can charge for ads, and then the artists can help y'all grow the station by buying ads from you guys.
It's not that I downgrade them or diss, you know what I'm saying, the local, you know, the internet radio stations or nothing like that, but I feel like it's just a bunch of people getting together and playing PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? It's real loose, you know what I'm saying? There is no, you know, you can say whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, you know what I mean? That's not going to get you to the mainstream. I mean, if you want to be local and all that stuff all the time, and you want to say motherfucker on the radio, and you know what I'm saying, and all the kind of ratchetness shit that doesn't need to be on the mainstream, you know what I'm saying, then that's cool. You know what I mean? That's where you need to be at, is on the internet radio. You know, that's your niche right there. And be happy with that, because until you decide to change yourself, that's all you going to get. You're going to be a local radio station. So for Wugr and Fiyah and all them for doing that, man, props. Y'all got a gold mine on your hand. For the ones that don't want to be anything better. That's just real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's an opening opportunity for people. Internet radio stations are for beginning artists, I think, and then for people that come back.
Internet radio is all right, but you know, regular radio, you want to hear yourself on there, no doubt about it.
We here to show love and represent. Now we taking this rap thing to a different level. We young niggas, straight out the ghetto. We kill it, we kill it. We vicious, we vicious. We show delicious.
Nothing fictitious. Niggas be living visions. We live in art, our business. Young niggas with ambition. You best to have it ready when we stalk in the street. Stalking the feet. Now your body's laying up under the sheet. You best to get it for real or get it for real. We can't even chill. You know them niggas ill. I'm from my town. They call me Mr. Can't Calm Down. I'm all up on that flicker. That liquor keep the small round. Keeping up to the fullest, and I'm representing my G's. And you know I'm representing to the fullest. Best to believe. But I bring it back to the melodies of it. You getting gone. Better get up your peoples and calling them on the phone, cause you gon' need backup. Better be calling the armory, better be getting them off us. Killing anything harming me, nigga. I ride with them brothers. Them 2 Macs and 2 lats. We ride, nigga, 2 bats with 2 cats and 2 fraps. Got them boys. What's up? Max, that nigga.
Hey, let's move to the events. What do you think about local events?
a lot of times, you know, artists do these shows, and Columbus, you know, as a whole has a lot of talent that comes here. And from a local standpoint, there's always something going on in Columbus. You know what I'm saying?
People like myself who like local music and like hip hop in general as a genre don't even know what those events would be.
You don't know what you missing.
That shit is fun as fuck.
You don't know what you missing.
Especially if we on the stage. You gotta come see it.
If you love music and good music,
we're the ones you should look
you
at.
You missing $1 million check. That's like somebody calling you, telling you you got $1 million at the bank and you don't go claim it. Miss a local show here. All I can say is come out, see what it's about. Hey, once you get in, you'll never stop.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time every time.
Every time.
Shit.
The crazy thing is that if half the people up in this city came out to see some shit like this tonight, they would support it even more. I mean, Razzcast, legend shit. And not only Razzcast, everybody on the undercard, whether it's Dommy, whether it's Entre, whether it's Brian Early, whether it's, there's 3 or 4 other cats, I can't remember everything. I mean, just come out and support local hip-hop. That's the main thing. 614. Whether you're north side, south, west, east, it don't matter. I don't know. It's crazy. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping.
They're missing out. They're missing out flat out because I always say this. You never know when you might find your next favorite artist. I always get on Facebook. I promote shows myself. So when I'm getting on there, I'm hitting the YouTube. I'm hitting the Facebooks. I'm looking for that next, you know what I'm saying, that next, I don't want to say that next big thing because we could all be the next big thing. But if I'm listening to something and I'm feeling it, then I'm bringing them out. And that's why I always tell everybody, if you don't know him, if you don't know her, come show her some love. Come show him some love because they can end up being your next favorite artist without you knowing it, and that's real facts.
How would you describe the average local show?
Wow. Let me see here. I think they're trash. I do, because I don't think they're well put together. You know, I think some people just have shows just to make money off the artists. Artists do feel the same way, they say it. You got to sit back and when you're making decisions to do these shows, planning has to be involved. You know, when I do my shows, I got to have at least 2.5, 3 months, and that's for an underground artist show. I mean, I want people who never heard of you to be seen. I want them to be like, who's this person? Okay, well, Goshay promoted this thing for so long. I got to see who this is. I mean, I have rehearsals. I listen to each artist's music. I go to these shows, check out their fan base, their stage presence, how you are when you're drunk, high, who you roll with. Because at the end of the day, the shows that I do are meant to draw in fans.
A lot of them are below average. People need to start taking more pride in their product and what they're doing. Some local shows are cool. There's no drama. There's no issues. There's no beef. Some local shows, there's issues because these are real problems that people have, you know, and you're going to have that at any type of music event that you go to, from rock to hip-hop to whatever.
No disrespect to any of the MCs out there, okay? Everybody who actually has the courage, who has the fortitude, who has the determination to take something from start to finish, to put their product out, to perform, to practice it, to get it memorized and everything like that, that speaks leaps and bounds about your character. And I respect any grown-up who does that, flat out, okay? Now, with that being said, I would say, right now it's 2013. I think a hip-hop artist here in Columbus, it would be hard to find one artist here in Columbus that I would pay my money to go see. And that's speaking towards my personal opinion. Okay, I'm not speaking for all of Columbus. I'm not speaking for these gentlemen up here or anything like that. But if there was a single, not anybody else on there with you, nobody else on stage, one single hip hop artist in Columbus that I would pay my money to go see, one single one, I'd be hard pressed to find one.
I mean, you know, you go on stage now and you just like, hi, what, nigga, this, ha. Then they get off stage, and the next show is like, yeah, bad bitch, fuck up, nigga, what? And then, you know, they come off stage, and you got some bitches talking about, yeah, I'm the baddest bitch, I'm the baddest. It's all the same. So, I think everybody just needs to change it up and just be different. I mean, we all sound the same anymore. I mean, come on now, that just gets old, you know.
They do that because they don't know how to perform. They do that because they do that for the simple fact that they're always performing over their vocals. So they don't have to actually invest themselves into the performance because they already did a pre-recorded performance and they're getting lazy and lackadaisical. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel like we get so excited with what our God-given ability, talents to do. We get so excited with that to be like, dang, I got on the mic and I rapped a dope verse, that we forget to hone it. We forget to master it. We forget to craft it. And we just go. We just put out whatever we know, like right then and there. Whereas other places, a lot of the artists, they hone their craft. They do talent shows. We don't really have too many talent shows. They do competitions at the fair, like singing competitions, open mic competitions. We have a lot of open mics, don't get me wrong, but they're not competitions. That competitive edge starts to polish and creates the best out of the best, so we can have stars, if that makes any sense. So we are able to see, you know, who has what it takes.
What do you think about the Ohio Hip Hop Awards?
Well, first and foremost, you know, the intent is to give recognition to the people that are actively trying to, or working towards, you know, their goals in the music industry. People that are actually actively doing stuff. People that are releasing music, doing shows, throwing shows, creating a buzz around their movement, that have fans, that are beginning to get fans, people that are making moves. Our goal is to grow the scene here, and instead of waiting for other entities, you know, on a national scale, from outside, you know, our state, to give us props to actually start recognizing artists, we decided to create the awards, you know, to give ourselves recognition, to give the people that are doing things here, and to show the rest of the world, as well as people, you know, locally, that you don't need these other record labels. You don't need the big record labels to create a buzz. You don't need other cities to give you or to confirm your that you're relevant, to confirm that you're good. You can do it yourself.
Ohio Hip Hop Awards is a great networking opportunity, and people really need to pay attention to it. It brings people from all over the state together. I've met people from as far as Lansing, Michigan. Shouts out to Hood Illustrated. As far as Chicago, Illinois. Shouts out to Industry Works. As far as Boston, shouts out to Amalgam Digital. So, you know, it's a great networking opportunity, man. I met some great people there.
I think that's great. I think that's always cool. Anything that you can do to try to elevate and unify, you know, a musical genre across the whole state, nothing wrong with that at all.
I think the Ohio Hip Hop Awards is a good thing. I think it's a great networking tool, but I wouldn't let it consume my whole music career as an artist or as a model or as a designer, because it's an award show. It's not the end-all be-all of your career. It's a great networking tool. It's positive. I love the fact that they spotlight Ohio. I love the fact that they give people chances to intern and to mix and mingle, and they do tours. Like, I've done the showcase tours and went with them and everything, and it's a good thing. I mean, it's cool. I rock with it.
I think that if done correctly, it can be really super dope. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that that's a hard thing to do, is to have a hip hop award show from Ohio when it's solely based out of one city in Ohio. So it's kind of hard to get the support of all the other cities when everybody thinks like, oh, they just show love to the Cleveland people. They don't really fuck with Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, Toledo, Wallabe. You know what I'm saying? They really just only fuck with the Cleveland people. So if that's another thing where unity has to come into play. Like there has to be a way to unite all of the cities and all of the people to make it a successful Ohio Hip Hop Award showcase. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that is relevant to Columbus artists as far as like, does it gain them a certain amount of respect, or does it help their career any to win an award?
Truthfully, I don't think Columbus really cares. Like, I really don't. The Ohio Hip Hop Awards is just kind of a Cleveland thing. I mean, like it's mostly in Cleveland, usually held there. I mean, they care, but it's like, outside of like Machine Gun Kelly and like a couple, and that really didn't put him on, but like, I feel like the artists like have just, the winning an Ohio Hip Hop Award just isn't doing anything for them.
Not right now, no. Not until they can get it together to make it where it is relevant. You know what I mean? I don't think like because you win an Ohio Hip Hop Award you're going to get a deal. I don't think that.
I think so. I think it depends on who they might be bringing that to. But yeah, I mean, there's so few chances for people to be recognized. I don't really know who decides who wins what. So I mean, I guess it depends on how much that legitimizes their career. But no, it's not going to get more people to your show probably. It probably earns you the respect of your peers, or something that you can be proud of and put on your quote unquote resume. Hip hop does not require a resume. But yeah, I think it's an overall positive thing. It may not have a giant impact on your career, but it's cool though. It's a good thing.
Yeah, man. As being an artist, I'm trying to get that nomination. Like I want that nomination next year. It's relevant. Yeah, you gotta like have it. It's like you can try to avoid it and say what you want to say about it, but it's very, very, very relevant. There is a difference in between the people who don't get nominated and the people who get nominated.
From somebody who won, do you think that that having an award, adds anything, adds any credibility, gives a boost to your career?
Oh no, man! Ever since I won that, I mean, everybody came up to me and was like, they can't take that from me. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? It's really about bragging rights, but since I won it, I mean, I done had more club owners come at me. They wanted me to do shows with them, so that's more money. You know what I'm saying? I done got paid to guest judge at DJ shows and dance shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about bragging rights. It's a nice professional looking plaque. So I'm just happy with the plaque, to tell you the truth, and that I was recognized in front of 2,000 people.
All right, Ohio Hip Hop Awards. Respect the movement tremendously. To make an awards to the point is it's official that we even bring up the question on how we feel about it. From the fact that they started off in Cleveland, doing it for Ohio, and it has spread statewide. Anybody in the underground scene, even if you feel a certain way about it, either way, you know about it to have an opinion. And for that, I give them a tremendous amount of respect for that process that they've worked hard and made it, from an idea into a powerful movement and force to be reckoned with. And it is a semblance, at least at this point, of unity, where, minimum, I think, myself personally think should be at.
You're always going to have people that are supportive of it, and you're going to have some people that are critical of it, on the negative side. And like I said earlier, you take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. Some people may walk away feeling very great and successful and satisfied. Some people may walk away feeling upset and feel like they may have gotten cheated, or their group or whoever they support should have got the award. You're going to have that in anything. You got that with the Soul Train Award. You got that with the BET Award. You got that with the VH1 Awards. There's a category. There's 5 nominations. nominees, and one person's gonna win. Everybody has a shot to win, but only one person is gonna win. And you know, everybody has their opinion on who they think should win and shouldn't win. At the end of the day, to be nominated is a great thing. To win is a little greater. But
I feel as if that if it doesn't hold the kind of stature that the creators are looking for now, that as long as the longevity is there and the effort is put forth, that it could be something of a Soul Train Awards, Emmys, Grammy kind of situation. You know what I mean? It just takes time.
The actual Ohio Hip Hop Awards weekend is about much, much, much more than just being nominated or winning. The Ohio Hip Hop Awards weekend gives you the ability to connect with thousands of people, thousands of like-minded people that are trying to do similar to the same things that you're actually trying to do. So being able to connect with these people within one city, within a very small radius, I think that that's huge. And a lot of people overlook it because they're mad or they're catching feelings or they got egos and they think that they're the best. But the fact is that, you know what, even if you're not nominated, if you bring 1,000 CDs and give it out to all of the event goers, well, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to connect with some other people that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to connect with. So I think just in that sense alone, what we're doing is 100%, 150% relevant.
Live 16, here we go. Yeah. Walk like a model, talk like a mobster. Beast in the kitchen might whip you up some pasta. 9, the fat chicken, now this ain't an opera, but it's still over for them little teeny boppers. Ladylike posture, ladies, me gotcha. I am every woman, rap version of Shaka. Look at my son like baby mama just trying to prosper. Sometime I'ma got to hold it down like Papa. Party like me rock star, smoke like me Rasta. Dudes on my team, no room left on their roster. That Nana vicious, honey, just call it aqua. Want to jump in this water, got to swim like an Oscar. Call me Madam Queen in the hood, that bread proper. Put a hit on your mic, Isabella Blanc, yeah. The flow sick, yeah, they say I need a doctor, but finicky the remedy, none of y'all can stop us. None of y'all can stop us.
Alright, so what do you think about the support from artist to artist, or the unity, or you know how you feel about the artists working together?
Once again, poor, trash, pathetic. I understand everybody, you know, it's business, and everybody is trying to build their own brand for their own self, and I get that. But when it comes to this networking situation, man, you got to do it. I've made so many great contacts from talking to everybody because I'm not a cliquish person. So when you're not cliquish, it leaves so much room for growth and opportunity to network with producers, engineers, and other promoters, and venues, and graphic design artists and stuff like that. I talk to everybody, and when it comes to the networking game here, man, it's like so many people just worry about that. Well, you know, the whole crab in the barrel effect. They worry about somebody else being successful.
It's cliquish. That's a cool word, but yeah, like motherfuckers are only fucking with their people, and you're only fucking with your people, and they're only gonna fuck with their people, and they're fucking with their people, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And the worst part about it is when one person quits fucking with this person and this clique, now the whole clique hates this person. Now you got this whole clique not wanting to work with this clique. So instead of one artist and one artist having a personal issue, now this whole clique and this whole clique are obsolete. They're not trying to work with each other, so they're not trying to branch out. Like straight up, if you're talented, you know, and you got your business right, we want to work. It's not when you click like that, you separate yourself. That's why you
isolate yourself, anyways. Yeah, you isolate yourself to a certain area, and you're like, I'm riding where they're riding, and that shows loyalty, and loyalty you need at the end of the day. But you know, you can't just stay in that one lane clicked up like this. You know what I mean? When everybody else is out here, if we're over here branching off into this area, which is, you know, the rock music, or we do Pitbull, you know, Pitbull shows, you know, and just like cool ass shit, and we're all out here eating, and you're worried about doing what these guys are doing. What's that getting you? You know what I mean? I'm not saying stop fucking with your clique. Help your clique open their fucking mind is all I'm saying. Like, you're not getting nowhere because, like you said,
I don't like that dude, so no one's gonna like that dude. That's weak as fuck, man. Like, it's like north side, east side, west side, south side. Y'all can all rep your sides and shit, but there ain't no fucking point somebody from the west side should be hating on somebody just because they're from the south side or so. That's corny as fuck, dude. I'm sorry. Like, this shit ain't California, bro. This is Ohio. Keep that shit music and keep that shit moving.
Yo, and this is a public underground service web social announcement for those artists out there that's always talking about Columbus hate, or you know, you don't get the proper respect, or you don't show that same love to an artist like myself that's really out here grinding every day. If the show's packed, we appreciate those that come support. If you don't come to the show and we ain't see you at the show, you ain't really got nothing that you can say about the show or your own show or any other show, because we don't support, and that's really the key. You gotta come and support. No, I don't make it to everybody's shows, but I try my best to get to somebody's show just to show my face, just to show that support, to sell that CD, to get them flyers out, to tell somebody about what's coming. I mean, you know, the underground circuit in Columbus is just crazy because it's so broken down and separate. We all need to start sitting down together playing chess. Maybe like Kendrick Lamar dropping that control, giving these boys some type of sense of hope that the music is still real. I don't know how we can do it in Columbus, but I mean, goodness gracious, Columbus. Your artists out there, your record labels out there, the promoters out there, start coming together when it's a show so we look like something, man. And that's really what it's all about. We can keep rapping for years, but we don't support each other. We separate, we breaking it down where we ain't nothing. Other cities, they come together. Look at Atlanta. They ain't better rapper than us because they from Atlanta. They ain't better rapper than us because they got their bread together, but they keep getting rich off each other because they support each other at different times. You feel me, C.T.G.E? So until they recognize that, Realest Records, Wallabe, man, we going hard. We don't care about nothing else. You feel me? All day long.
I mean, the Columbus hip-hop scene is, I think, highly underrated. I think part of the problem is the scene, as it were, is sort of scattered. You know, a lot of times with different genres of music here locally, whether it be folk or country or sort of indie or metal, every genre seems to have their hub. You know, whether it's Ace of Cups or Scully's or things like that. And with hip-hop, there's definitely some popular hip-hop nights, you know, hosted by local artists that are scattered here and there, but there never seems to be, you know, one consistent scene.
It's all about artists communicating with artists, networking, getting together, having fun with each other. Of course, you know what I'm saying? We gotta come out, connect, and party. And just, you know, basically network, say, hey, you know, my name's Devious, you know, my name's Young Millie, hey, can we get together on a track, you know, whatever, Millie right there, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, that's what it's all about, man, getting together and showing each other some love.
You know, on the flip side, I understand on the flip side where an artist is like, well, I don't know everybody, I can't just do a song with every single person. And I completely understand that. I definitely understand not just doing, because you don't want to sell your music short and just do all kinds of stuff out there. But if you don't ever work with anybody, especially in your own city, the city of Columbus, in my opinion, is never going to get bigger. If you look at places like Chicago, and you look at places like New York, and you look at places like Miami and where in the South and wherever else, these artists, even in completely different genres of hip-hop, are friends. Action Bronson is not TDE. Action Bronson is not Kendrick Lamar or A$AP Rocky, A$AP Rocky, but they're all friends. They've all been on each other's records, and there's a reason for that. Those kind of lines and barriers they just don't think about because it doesn't matter when it comes to music, and I think sometimes that's the biggest problem that I see in Columbus.
You know what I'm saying? So we all need to work together, you know what I'm saying? Chill out, be cool, you know what I'm saying? We all doing this for the same shit, our city, our creativity, you know, our family, everybody trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? Just quit being selfish, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just need to try to help each other out and shit. But niggas don't want another nigga to make it. That's the only problem. That's our downfall.
It's all about unity. We ain't gonna go nowhere in our city unless we, you know what I'm saying? We
unify.
Yeah. Invest in each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these other states. I mean, that's all I can say. I ain't even talking.
I think that the biggest strength that we have as underground artists is our collaborations. The more we collaborate and the more we push the music, I think the better success and the chance that we will have to, you know, make it about of Ohio and go big. So I would probably say, you know, collaboration and networking, you know, not being selfish about it and really putting our best foot forward. I mean, you look at Atlanta and all these other places, that's how most of these artists got on, man. They was collabing on other people's mixtapes, you know, didn't matter what. They were showing mad love for each other, and they just helped each other, climbing over each other's backs straight up the ladder to success. And then when they got on, everybody got on. That's how they did it. Why can't we follow the same success story?
So if everybody was to turn around, what I think everybody should do is kind of like what Master P did. You take your whole neighborhood, you put everybody on. Everybody out here that want to rap, they all need to do a collaboration on one CD and market themselves that way. Then come out with their own CDs. But people are too damn greedy to share the fame and go at it together. So that's what's messed up.
There's been attempts, like there's been artists who have done like
Stop the Beef shows. And
Stop the Beef, Violence is whack, Art Over Ignorance, you know, dope ass shit like that. There's been artists who'll be like, all right, I'm taking 2 artists from the north side, east, south, west side, and throwing them all on a fucking track together, and we're gonna do this. But it doesn't. I mean, it'll help to a degree, and I think that more helps that one artist. You know what I mean? That's not gonna help. That's not helping the city overall. It's gonna get all their fans to listen to that fan. And I think that's all they're doing it for.
Yo, necklace drop gold, drop zone, sniper so, click like guns in large amounts, still small sums, blooded gums, coming hella lungs, precise with the mic, nice, not see Christ, streets got stock exchange, head bonds and hair on, most wanted 50,000, bounty hunter, ex-cow, sell crack, my gun to pack, usual suspect, territories on the run, shooting holes fatter than pun, ejaculate straight come to me, on rumors of fucking a belongings trick, got crackheads leaving you kick, from behind the thug to bury a slug in the cemetery, life in the dark scary, late night with Larry Holmes, tell the story, film me Holmes, death by the sauna, smoke ganja, tie this game up like 3-way, look the eyes display, ride on these busters, fuck with a cloak up their ass, get thrashed at the top of my class, face death like a mirror when the reflection hits, that's your ass, analog fresh, man.
If you had, like, if you could set all the artists down in front of you and ask them something, to have them explain to you something as far as their mindset or what they do, or, you know, anything that you would want to have it clarified, what would you ask them?
For my question for the local artists is, why are you really doing it?
Think about it and don't give me a response. Like, and I think if you responded to me within 5 seconds, I wouldn't be able to believe you, because you really need to think about it. Why are you doing this?
I mean,
hip hop is a lifestyle.
Like for me and my brother, it's in our it's our DNA. We came out the womb to music. You know, a lot of people, you know, might not know or remember, but my dad was a radio personality here for WVKO. So when I came out the womb, I already had turntables in the studio and a mic. My brother was already messing with turntables. I fell in love with the poetry. You know what I'm saying? So it was in our bloodline. Like, music is our breath. Music is what makes us live and breathe. If I couldn't spit, I'd be in the grave, bro. Real talk. I get depressed if I can't record. That's why we love what we do.
To me, it's a way how to express your feelings, your thoughts, and what do you feel? You know, I write most of it out of feeling, because either I'm upset, I write, or I'm hurt, or if I'm just feeling, just feeling myself, you know. So I love hip hop because you're able to be creative, and you could put I love to talk, so you could put a whole bunch of words into, you know, a verse, you know, and be expressive to it.
Reason I do hip hop is because it's a part of me, what I came up in, you know, music, break dancing, you know what I'm saying? That was something that got me through hard times and kept me away from negativity that I could have slipped away into. So I just want to keep that momentum going in the culture that, you know what I'm saying, my kids is coming up in, you know, maybe possibly someone else's kids, you know, if they could seek out something positive out of it, that's what it's about, you know what I'm saying, keep that shit going.
Well, I think that everybody has their own motivations for doing it. You know, me personally, my motivation for being involved with music, you know, I've been involved since I was 16 years old. So for half of my life, I've been doing this professionally, semi-professionally, and really taking it serious. My motivation is that I love hip-hop music, and I love music in general. It's my passion. It's my blood. Music pumps through my veins. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's also something that got me through, you know, just the difficulties of life. So I think that there's a lot of people that feel that same way. Others, their main priority or goal for being involved with it is just trying to get money. Others are just trying to get fame. Others are trying to create music that is going to help other people out. So I think that there's various reasons that people get involved with music. I don't think that anybody really has the ability to pinpoint one subject, one topic when it pertains to that.
The ranking towards the fans. If you can ask them, the fans collectively, anything that you would want them to understand or want to understand about them as far as like, with anything that you can ask the fans as a collective and get an answer back, what would you want to ask?
I would ask, now it just depend on how, if I could ask 1 million of, or I'm gonna just say 100,000 of each people, I would ask 100,000 fans, what would it take for me to get them to buy my shit out the store or on iTunes? Because that's the only people who it really matters to. It matters to the fans, you know what I'm saying? So if I can get 100 fans to tell me what it take for me, for them to buy my shit out the store, there you go. Because they'll have it. Every 100,000.
Like the lyrics, man. I'm a big lyrics person, you know. You know, you bring the lyrics, that's where it gets me.
So I mean, for me to want to listen to somebody, man, you gotta have some skill. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't just be rhyming car with far and baby with maybe. You know what I'm saying? Rhyme syllables. Rhyme. If we talking about what I want to hear in a rap music, to make me want to listen to you, rhyme syllables. You know what I'm saying? Something different. You know what I'm saying? Eminem got a song, one of his little popular songs back in the day. That boy said, "Well, I'm back. Fiction been intended to. I'm gonna enter it up." How do you rhyme something with? You know what I'm saying? That's talent, man. Not bitch, take your shirt off. Let me see them titties. Bitch, take it. That's so whack, man. Everybody, I could be a rapper off that shit. If I really wanted to, man, I could be a rapper. That shit is whack, man. That's
pretty much, I guess, just a good storyline behind the music. You know what they're talking about, not the old 1991 thing of gangster rap. Let's get back to the hip hop from the good beats, good rhymes.
Something that makes sense, something that connects with connect with people, and actually have a good sound to it. So if you got lyrics that people can connect to, as well as something that's gonna make their head bob, I think that's a good song or a good rap or a good product you're pushing out there.
Honesty. That it comes from an honest place first and foremost. That it's not about no formula. That it's not about, oh, I need a club to hit, or that Honest by Future is jumping, so I need to get some auto-tune and the same type of beat, the same tempo. You don't need that, man. Good music is good music, whether it's rock, whether it's country, whether it's hip-hop, whether it's R&B. A good song, I believe you gotta take a chance, man. Take a chance and be creative. Be as creative as possible.
We need to get substance back into what they want to call hip-hop.
I personally like it if a motherfucker talking about something that I want to hear.
Yeah. I
don't want to hear about your chain. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear about
none
your
of that
shoes.
bullshit. Yeah.
And how many cars you got with 36s on them.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I want to hear something that I can relate to.
I listen to everything, man, but when it comes to that, the certain quality of music, you know what I mean? I want to buy something that I feel like I could have bought at Best Buy with the quality, the engineering, the promotion and marketing aspect of it, really makes me feel like I'm getting the bang for my buck. I don't mind buying and supporting any artist because I'm a part of this underground movement as well too, but at the same time, your music has to be marketable and buyable, you know what I mean? So
man, I think like
the artists need to concentrate on the music. You know, some people just want to get popular off of this. I think you need to take more time, perfect your craft, stay in the studio, make sure your stuff sounds like their favorite artist stuff. Because, you know, you can't ask a person to be a fan of yours if your music and the quality of music is not like their favorite artist. You know, you're asking them to take their Jay-Z, Drake, or Lil Wayne out to give you a shot. So I think to gain fans, you got to really put some quality behind the work, some consistency and some authenticity, like really rap and sing about how you live. And I think that'll help right now. There's too many rappers and singers sounding like other places or reacting to what's on the radio. I just think the artists need to be true to themselves, and then you'll get fans. If it's authentic, man, people gravitate towards you. If you're acting like somebody else, you know, people gonna know.
It's like everybody makes music for other rappers. Right. You know what I mean? Other rappers don't buy music. You know what I mean? When was the last time you seen a rapper buy a CD? You know what I mean? I put that shit on my Instagram right now. I'll IG a nigga. Like, yo, when's the last time you copped the album? But my point is, stop making music these other niggas like. You know what I mean? Start making shit that motherfuckers like, that'll, you know what I mean, that'll actually buy your shit. Like, straight up and down. You know what I mean? And you can do your shit. You can be experimental. You can be yourself. You can do your music. You know what I mean?
People gotta understand that too, you know. Like I was saying earlier, times is hard, and for somebody to take money out of their pocket to give it to you, people gotta look at it as that's a beautiful thing. You know, I might, with that $10, $20 that I might spend on a shirt and CD or whatever package you might have, shoot, that's not even a half tank of gas now. You know what I mean? People are making life decisions out here when they buy your product and support you. It's not like it was back in the day. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing this and making you money in my pocket, this is a life decision.
Homie, I want it all, but you can't stop me in the choice of the rock of me. Why do I get this passion about rap and feel like nothing gonna happen, but I keep on getting reaction that pulls me back to this madness. Sometimes I feel like I'm whack, but sometimes I feel like I'm fucking raw. You will see some other people successful, man, but it's stressful. I don't want to sell out just to get my name out, plus I'm in it for love, not for the payout. Half of these raps are a little dab from a slice of a light that I wish I had. Practice my set, so I stay on point, get my weed on, chillin' with a beat on. All I want to do is tour, really want to tour, yo, all I run a roar. Kick flows, rock shows, make beats, murder beats, poetry, please, let me get a referral. When I'm on the mic, kind of feel like everything is right, so I get down to the boom bap or the root chat, trying to get it back, cause I need that. Half of the raps wouldn't be so dope, you believe that. Really want to be this MC that has many other reasons for speaking. Never beats is leading me places that I never really thought of. Gotta open your mind, it's surprising what you find. I'ma keep on going hard up until I fall. Homie, I want it all.
Okay, and is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you'd like to comment on or add something to?
Be true, be authentic, be unique, make your own brand, and protect that brand, and work hard to further it. And you can't go wrong. You'll get more press that way, you'll get more shows that way, more fans, and you'll come out of it on the other end, you know, much better than if you know, tried all the fake ass shit.
Yeah, first thing people need to do is change their perception of success and wealth. Because just like you said, there's a lot of people that are following a particular pattern or a particular formula because the industry has told you this is how you get from point A to B all the way to Z, which would be considered the top, however you want to look at that. But if you change your perception of what success is, and then in turn change your perception of what wealth is, you won't feel the need to follow a pattern or any of that. You'll be a trailblazer. You'll set your own path, because really what will become important to you is feeding your spirit with your craft. And when that becomes the main focus, the money comes. The money comes. It's going to come to you. What you need is going to come to you. The opportunities are going to come to you. The people that you need to talk to open this door, because this door over here is closing. All that's going to come to you when you change your focus. It's because of what the focus is right now. The folks are spinning on a wheel, on that hamster wheel. Can't get nowhere, can't get nowhere. It's because you're not original. We're going to keep coming back to that.
Promote, let people know. So, I mean, I think people really want to support, but I mean, like I said, my main thing, we got to know.
He got to promote. Like, he got to promote his music. Whoever the rapper may be, he or she, they got to promote. Just promote, put it out there. Make sure everybody hearing it. You know, you come to me enough, I'm really going to sit down and listen to your music. And if I like the songs on there, I like them. I'm going to let other people hear it. And then just get out there, do it.
But just you know, like, when motherfuckers wanted the Big Mac at McDonald's, McDonald's wasn't like, oh, well, let me stop making the Big Mac and switch it up on them. Because I done made the Big Mac for a whole month already. I'm good, son. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody, they have a mixtape, drop a mixtape 1 month.
You know what I'm saying?
2 months, they drop another one. You be like, damn, did nobody even hear the last one?
Exactly.
Like,
That's why they don't connect with nobody. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean about taking plays out of other people's playbooks that actually are doing something. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't see, you know, oh, everybody's loving my fries, but you know what I mean? Them is played out. I've been cooking them fries for a whole year. I'm about to switch up the game on them and just, you know what I'm saying?
How to get them fries over to that region. Like, damn, well, if I get my fries over here.
Boom, the exact same fries. You know what I mean?
Same fries.
So just, man, look, man, perform that same single over and over again, man. Have t-shirts and boom, man. Make that happen and get some fans, homies.
It's work ethic, you know. It's all like being professional. We watch it every day. And to be successful, you have to have a good work ethic. Scheduling, you have to pay attention, you have to learn, and you have to put in work time to craft your craft. As we look at everything every day, people who are professional are successful.
See, if you're really serious, have your business in order, man. This business is, I'd have to say 80% business, 10% relationships and politics, and the other 10% or 5% is what you do in the booth, the other 5% is what you do on the stage. Other besides that, man, it ain't about rapping to get attention from girls or rapping, you know, just to pop in your hood. Man, we don't need those artists. We need y'all to sit down. We need artists that take themselves so serious. It's from the boardroom to the booth. You on your J.O.
Talent comes a dime a dozen. Everywhere you go, there's hip-hop. Everywhere you go, people can sing. Everywhere you go, there's DJs. Everywhere you go, there's dancers. That's everywhere. It's all about how you carry yourself is what's going to take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Stay grounded, keep your circle small, but keep your circle tight with the right people. That's going to help you get to the next level. You understand what I'm saying?
So the thing is that you really have to think globally, internationally, and don't really think about Columbus. Think about what is, you know, how does my music compare to what's going on out there in the world? In other words, don't be competing against somebody in Columbus. Compete against Chris Brown or compete against Drake. Compare your stuff to people like that. Compare yourself to hit records. And don't compare yourself to anybody in Columbus, and don't be fooled by the fact that your family or your friends say, oh, you hot, or this and that, because they're going to be the first ones that when you put out a CD, they're going to want you to give it to them. The question is, when you put a record out, are they going to go to the store and buy it? So that's the whole thing. So a lot of people can be your friends and tell you stuff is hot, but will they go to the store and buy it? That's the whole thing.
I get white boy blows. I smoke out bombs. And my money stretch long like a fat bitch thumb. Hit a bad rat bitch and in the morning I'm gone. Cause I don't save a bag of chips when I got lobster at home. Right. Look, I'm in the bus, no Greyhound. Akron where I'm from, but 614 is where I get down. Money making strategy, my pockets playing chess now. You niggas think you hard? My swag on erectile. Now back that ass up, but I ain't juvenile. That bitch got wet, so when I hit, I did it scuba style. I was all up in her mouth just like a root canal, and she remind me of my blunt cause she was stupid loud. I really live what I rap about. I ain't posted in the trap on the streets with the pistols out. I'm at work or I'm at the house with a bitch rolling loud, sipping tinnies with her hennies out. I said that backwards, but I don't give a fuck. I pick it back up like this. Hey, you got a blunt to smoke? No. I got a blunt and I ain't passing shit. Stop acid, bitch, sleep you like the mattress. The way I get it and flip it is not average. I'm shitting on you niggas like my vocals took a laxative. Remember getting work, posting like road signs. Life ain't got a clock, I make the money back in no time. My money long like the clothesline. Give your bitch a broke spine dick, yeah, she chose mine. I like to roll fat blunts when I finna smoke. Nigga slipping, have my goons lick him like an envelope. Nigga, have you seen the scope? Hit you through the ceiling, bro. Often get a buzz just from a hell inhaling all the Nina smoke. Nigga, I ain't even broke. Ill because my flow is sick. Hot, you should have noticed it. I guess you wasn't focusing. I hit your bitch and leave her motionless. I never let a stupid bitch believe she was my chosen chick. I go hard, get fucked up like every night. I can't focus, I be lit like a pilot light. Nigga know I'm shining bright, looking like a lighthouse. I put your bitch and all I did was put my pipe out. Nigga, don't get hyped now, you will get your ass beat. Swear I'm the shit, I should be rapping through my ass cheeks. And if you ask me, I don't like that loud shit. Keep talking record, now I melt you like a mild tip. Yeah, I like the pound shit. Even hit a round bitch. Find the baddest ones and then I beat them like a sound kit. Used to be childish, an attitude of all ages. Now I'm grown, flipping work like book pages. You niggas broke, still working for minimum wages. I make dough, sending pussy subliminal anguish. From the dirt and grime, looking so stainless, it's impossible to go through life wishing it's painless. It's Kush Pakk the Dutchie, nigga, I'm out. Nigga, kill that.
And another thing, a lot of people is making music, but they're not making good music. People want to hear good music.
Music with substance. Music that makes people want to dance. Music that's timeless music that you can hear 5, 10 years from now and people will be like, hey, you know, that's good music. So.
I mean, people that like hip hop like other kinds of music, and same thing vice versa. Like, you don't have people that are just like only listen to hip hop. For the most part, there's other different types of genres. So what I want to see is the local scene be a little bit more like the way national music is. I want people to start understanding that people that have Kendrick Lamar on their iPod also have Queens of the Stone Age on their iPod. You know, I see those genres as being so much closer together than maybe they were 20 years ago. And I think if people start seeing music fans as a whole as who they can target, as opposed to just hip hop fans or just indie rock fans.
I just think there got to be a level of respect from the artists to the fans. You know, like, you got a lot to prove to these people. You want these people to buy your music, you want these people to support you. You got to really work hard, put in some work to respect these fans, or you can't expect them to be a fan of your music.
But it all boils back down to promotion. People don't want to promote any artist. They want to be the artist. They never knew the grind, especially coming up in this day and time. Don't nobody know about promoting themselves. They just want it instant oatmeal, instant pudding. They just want it instant. Instagram, get it right then. Oh, I sent out 15 Instagrams. I'm hot now. Got to promote yourself and put in work.
You know, you'll hear of artists that are doing monthly shows that are someplace on the east side or the north side or the south side, and I always will ask them or bring up, why don't you go to campus? Why don't you go to the heart of downtown where the most people who buy records are pretty much at, as far as iTunes or anything online, and it's like they don't want to travel that way.
I think it's really fucking easy to get trapped being local. Like, you can get comfortable as fuck being local and think you made it because 45 people at XYZ club knows your fucking name. And people love that shit. They go in the club and people are like, there he is, you know what I mean? That's not what I want, man. Like,
my thing is, don't think local. I just hate the word local. I mean, I don't know. I just hate it, you know. Because that just makes me think like this, you know. And Columbus is just this when you compare it to Ohio, and then you start talking. Okay, I've taken kids from Columbus to Brazil, and then when you look over to Brazil and you look at Columbus from back there, you see it's a whole nother world in terms of music. We don't even listen. I mean, Columbus don't even got the. I don't mean to talk about Columbus. Columbus doesn't even have the best radio stations. So you even have to get outside of Columbus to see what's really happening radio-wise. So so I don't want to think local. I mean, I don't even want y'all to think local. That's it.